Estee back in the ZLINE kitchen. We're working on Thanksgiving sides, and we're working our way through all these different vegetables. I know you might think I'm crazy, but I'm telling you, one, the ZLINE kitchen is set up for really healthy, great cooking, right? We have this unbelievable stovetop with this unbelievable oven underneath us right here, and we're gonna use both right now. We're gonna start to saute in the top, and we're gonna finish inside the oven. So what I have for this one is really simple. I have what I like to call my poultry herbs, okay? I have rosemary, I have parsley, I have sage, and I have thyme, okay? And then we have some parsnips, turnips, everyone's favorite Brussels sprouts, and I have a little onion for good measure. We're gonna saute this in butter with salt and pepper. This is really, really simple, okay? So I'm just gonna take off my onion here, clean this. All right. I'm gonna cut this in half. I just wanna kind of make a little bit of a small julienne, half moon julienne, okay? And onion's always my favorite thing to kind of start cooking with because the smell gets really, 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 really good. Now, why wouldn't I use garlic in this case? I'm not a big fan of using garlic unless you really want the garlic flavors prevalent, right? So for something like a Thanksgiving or a meal like that, I try to stay away from garlic unless it's like something that's specifically saved and served with garlic. So if I was doing garlic mashed potatoes, there'd be so much garlic in them, you wouldn't even know what to do, kind of a scenario. So here for these root veg, these are my Brussels sprouts. I'm just gonna kind of quarter them right here. Okay, I like to make them a little bit smaller. One, they cook a little bit better. Two, we want them all to kind of fit in the same spoon. So we'll cut down all our root veg to around the same size. Okay? So the Brussels are prepped right now. Next up, the last two things we're gonna use, we use the turnips and the parsnips. So I'm gonna peel the turnip, okay? Now, there's some turnips you can leave the peel on, but this one here, this is a typical purple top turnip. These got to go. If you don't like root vegetables, I dare you to try to tell me you don't like parsnips and turnips. One, they're really good. Two, they're not as maybe what you used to remember them to be like. I know for me, growing up, we didn't really have a lot of root vegetables. We didn't do that, a lot of kind of cooking like that in my family's kitchen. But as I've gotten older, and I've cooked for my family, for my fiance, and all our kids, I love root vegetables. They stand up to a lot of high heat. They sit for a long time, and they don't kind of get soft and mushy. So they're great. They're great for Thanksgiving, and they're in season. So now I'm just kind of cutting these into wheels, and then kind of cut them to the same dice size as my Brussels sprouts. Okay? Then the famous parsnip. Parsnips are absolutely the most, this is one of my favorite things. These just say fall and winter to me like no other vegetable, okay? So just gonna peel it, remind you of a little bit of a carrot here. Peels down really nice, really simple, okay? I save all these peels. I always save the peels, okay? Why? Because especially during Thanksgiving prep, and we're gonna cover this when we get to the turkey time, behind me, I'm always have a turkey stock going, okay? And in go my onion peels. Okay, I'm not going to put the Brussels sprout parts in here. Right, not on purpose. I'm not going to put them all in. All this goes right in. And this stock that's kind of rolling behind me, that gets used for, it's going to be used for gravy. It's going to be used for making the stuffing. It just gets used all throughout the prep of the Thanksgiving meal. So over here, take off my pan. I'm going to add my onions right now. Okay, you can feel this pan nice and hot. Just slide it right in here, okay? Slide in my onions, my Brussels sprouts. And because I kind of cut everything down the same way, they'll all cook around the same time. So next thing I'm gonna add it in my butter, okay? All right. Let's come back over here. That's gonna start to cook. Get my parsnip ready. Okay, a little salt and pepper. Add a little more butter. So for the parsnip, with the size difference here, I'm just going to cut these into small wheels. If it got a little bit thicker, I'll cut this into quarters. And then keeping along the same lines, trying to keep everything relatively uniform, I'll cut the parsnip down that size also. Okay? This will get put into the pan. And boom. As I start to look at that. Now, if you wanted to add anything different in here, as I start to look, you know what, I'm thinking to myself, maybe let's add a little bit of carrots, right? Carrots are a root veg. We don't have anything else. Let's add these, let's add in a carrot. That'll really bring that color back up, okay? I'm gonna peel the carrot down. We know what we're gonna do with the carrot tops, right? We're gonna continue to have this stock going. One of the best things about Thanksgiving is the meals that come after it, or all the derivatives, as we like to say, all the derivative meals that come out of the Thanksgiving, right? You have your turkey sandwiches the next day, you have your turkey tacos, you have your turkey tinga, you have your turkey enchiladas, right? We love to do things, we love to make chilaquiles, and we'll turn that might happen maybe late night on Thanksgiving when we get kind of hungry. We'll just start cooking up a little bit of chilaquiles, which is basically, in my mind, any kind of salsa, chips, and turkey deliciousness, okay? So I'm gonna add in my carrots here. Same thing, nice small cut, match up with the other ones. This will allow us to add a little bit of color to here, okay? Boom. The top, back. And then for these herbs, I'm just gonna break them apart. Maybe give 1 or 2 quick chops here. And these herbs are gonna go right inside, okay? Re-season a little bit of salt. Give us a little bit of a mix. Okay, that's what that's gonna look like right there. Get some nice color in there, nice kind of cooking down. I'm gonna put this right into my oven. Oven's roasting at 350 degrees. We're gonna give those a nice 20 minutes because they kind of were a little bit on the smaller side. We'll give them a nice 20 minutes in the oven, and then they can sit also. That's a beautiful thing about these roasted root vegetables. All these dishes we're making can be prepared a little bit ahead of time. That way you can sit down and enjoy your family, enjoy your Thanksgiving time. So we'll come back in a minute once we get those root vegetables out of the oven. Okay, so let's go back and get the root veg out of the oven, okay? Let's see here. Oh yeah, beautiful. Get the really nice flavors going. You can smell it really well, okay? I'm really glad we added the carrots in there. And this is really simple. Again, this will hold for a fair amount of time. That's why you kind of get this stuff done a little bit early. But the root veg goes down on the plate here. Okay. Those onions really make a difference. And I'm glad we added the carrots. Adds a really nice pop of color on there. And that's another side dish for our Thanksgiving feast with ZLINE.